The handstand is one of the most amazing skills that you start to learn in your bodyweight or calisthenics journey, and it's awesome that most people want to learn it. But you get to a certain point when you are learning it that you're in the handstand, you feel like you're just jumping up as often as you can. You're only holding it for 2 to 3 seconds. You feel like a flopping fish. And that part, I feel like, is the hardest part. It means you're almost there, you're really, really close, but you don't know how to get past that part. So by the end of this video, I'm gonna try to give you progressions or common mistakes or how to fix this part of the handstand journey. Why is it that we feel like we're falling? It could be two things. One, it's maybe you didn't build the foundations. So when you're going into a handstand, there's a lot of things going on in order to get it. Think of you just standing up right now and what your body needs to do that. It needs to have its center of gravity, and you got your hips, you got your shoulders, you got your ankles. Like technically they're all doing something to keep you, well, standing, right? And we're doing the same thing in a handstand. Think of when a baby is learning how to walk. They have a lack of coordination, and they get up, they fall, they get up, they fall. That's kind of what we're doing here. We have a misalignment on either the muscles, the training, or just we're not used to it. So the easiest answer, which without seeing your specific thing for a handstand, is just to train more often. It is a technique thing and requires coordination and balance. You could just practice just 1 minute a day, 2 minutes a day. Look, you're doubling the amount of time. The more often you train the handstand, the better you're going to get at it. So if you realize how often you do train the handstand, think of trying to train a little bit every single day. That's the easiest answer. The second answer, which takes a little bit more work, but is kind of the fun part, it's the reason why you fall often. It's because you don't know how to fix your center of gravity. If you're just standing up and you just lean forward or lean back or even side to side, you have a large range of motion before you actually fall over. In the handstand, you don't. You probably maybe got a couple of seconds longer when you felt like it was like perfectly aligned. It's the same thing with a baby. A lot of times they stand up a bit, and the moment they start walking, they just fall over. So we need to be able to increase that range of motion. My favorite drill is just wall, I call them handstand wall bounces. Basically, if you're bringing your chest against the wall, you get as close to the wall as possible, give only a couple of inches of distance against your palms in the wall. The only thing that touches the wall is your feet, and using your muscles, you bring your legs into the full handstand, and then you come back down, and you do those for reps. Just like most things, you could do 8 to 12 reps, and also you're holding the handstand too, which is pretty good. Then you also do it with your back against the wall. The good news is you just have your fingertips touch the wall because it already gives like a little bit of a distance, so you don't have to worry about that. Same thing, you do them as bounces. That way you learn how to actually fix the range of motion. The other way to help build with foundations is using the exact same drills that you would learn the handstand in the first place. So like I said, if you join the community and you went through our handstand training, 2 drills that we use to learn the handstand is the crow pose and the headstand. The reason why we use these is because it isolates certain parts of the handstand that you need to do. For example, on the handstand, you're bouncing on your hands. The crow pose lets you balance just on your hands. The headstand focuses on just the core and the legs. That helps separate it a little bit. So what you could do is take the crow pose and try to lean as far forward and as far back as you can. So they're like crow pose rocks in order for you to try to get that skill. You do the same thing with the headstand, in which you try to lean as far forward, as far back as you can without falling in order to increase that range of motion. If you're more advanced, you could use this as a warm-up. If you are just more of a beginner and this feels very tiring, then it's part of your handstand workout. So same thing, you just add to that. You could do literally work 30 seconds each, a minute. That means crow pose, headstand, chest against the wall, back against the wall, and that's about 2 minutes of work, and that is pretty good. The last little benefit that I would say is film yourself. Also, the other part is you're trying to give as much information to your brain as possible because there's coordination and technique. If you film yourself, you'll be able to see your common mistakes, and even if you don't change anything, just the fact of giving your brain more information to process what's going on, that will help make those mistakes. Or, a little hint, you can join the community as well, and you can work with a coach to actually help you with your specific handstands. Again, this is a very specific part of the handstand of, I don't know how I'm going to name the video, but how to fix when you're working onto the handstand but you're falling all the time. Also, I'd recommend that any single skill or any single move, if you work on the foundations, you are never, ever, ever losing your time. It's very hard. There's no master without the basics. So if you ever work on the basics and the foundations and master those, you're never losing your time. So if you ever feel like, for example, you're working on the handstand, you got the 1 to 2 seconds, and then you go back to the handstand against the wall to get like the really good form, you're never losing your time. So that fixes that specific part of the handstand. If you're ever interested, you can keep following along. If you have questions, specific to your handstand, I would say join the community, because, you know, I chat to a lot more people that way a lot faster, or leave a comment below and I'll try to get to it as soon as I can. So keep working on your handstand and stay awesome.